Okay. Woo!
Sass talent.
Sass just keeps going.
Right?
I love it.
Me
I
too.
love it. It's good.
That energy going, love it.
You have to.
And to keep that energy going, I think we need to do a knockdown total.
Well,
There's
because
far too many people.
Are there phones not ringing here?
all right, well,
People
yes.
get
If
so
you are not
wrapped
on
up
the
in the
phone, if
talents.
you could stand up.
Yeah. Stand
Yes.
up if you're not on
But
the
it's a good
phone.
sign that there's not
Yeah,
many
so
people.
cute.
Oh, there's
Stand
few
up.
people
There's
on the
all
phone.
of
Look at that.
Here.
I think you did our job for us.
To get you on some
She
phones.
Here we go.
Come on, Saskatchewan. Here we go.
two
Come on,
Jessica.
Saskatchewan.
Bring those phones.
We got
If
this
you're not on the
right
phone,
here.
if you're not on the phone,
If
please
you are
stand
not
up. Yeah.
on the
We're
phone.
down here.
We gotta be
Over
here.
here.
We're getting home. and
Got
maybe
one
get a
on
little
the
bite
left.
to eat
There.
here.
Good.
Yeah,
We got a standing O.
Down total.
So come on,
Go to the
Saskatchewan.
top here.
306 883 2023.
Teddy's right in the
Ready
room.
to take your call.
All right, Saskatchewan, let's keep that energy going. Give us a call. 683-2023.
If you're out there in Watrous, we got we got now 3 cadets from
Yeah, there we
Watrous here
go.
ready to take your calls.
All right.
Watrous Island now. Don't wait till the end of the show.
Yeah, this side, we're
You
going.
know that
for
this
sure.
is your
Thank you.
telethon, your
right.
telemiracle. The money raised here stays here.
There
Helping
we
the people
go.
of Saskatchewan.
One
We
more.
got Yorkton here ready to take your call.
There we
Yorkton. There we
Good
go.
word.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
All right.
Good job,
I
Saskatchewan.
think we should maybe see a total.
We
Let's do a
do.
total.
We need a total.
We got to see where we're at today.
What if we got one coming up here? Oh, we do. Here we go.
All right.
Shout them out.
4,
8, 3, 6, 4, 9,
$1,946,000. Where are we going?
higher. I'd like to see that 9 turn the 1 into a 2. You know
Oh,
what I
it's
mean?
gonna happen.
It's
We're getting close.
Maybe
We're
that's
almost
really
there.
close.
I know.
It's gonna
Okay.
bump it. It's
Definitely.
gonna bump it.
So I think we should have a little chat about this guy right here.
Yeah, Michael. Oh, there we are.
We have Doug the bear.
Doug the Bear. So, if you have not realized yet, to end up ordering Doug the Bear, you need a $147 donation or above, and you have to request it if you make the donation. It'll be sent out in June, and this is actually modeled after our Telemiracle chair. He's a little farmhand, and he's so soft this year. Like, I just want to cozy right on up to Doug here. But yeah,
Wonderful.
ring those phones,
Yes.
and you can earn yourself a Doug.
All right, and I think we have some presentations coming up here.
do.
We have a couple guests joining us, if I'm not mistaken.
Do we have anybody from RBC? Is that who's coming out?
RBC,
Yes,
Saskatoon.
I see some
Wonderful.
people.
All right.
Come on down.
Come on out. Welcome. How are you guys doing today?
Excellent. How are you?
Who do we have here?
Jamie.
Nabil. Dean.
Krista.
And who is going to be the spokesperson?
We would like to share that responsibility.
Okay,
All
wonderful.
right, I can pass the mic on if you just want to take it from here, or
Okay, thank you so much. We just wanted to say that the ongoing success and impact that Telemiracle has had on our community through each of life that you touch and each life that you change cannot be understated.
So today we are excited to present RBC's gift of $20,000 to Telemiracle to help you to continue to change lives every single day.
Wow, amazing. $20,000. Let's give them a round of applause. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you guys so much. Is there anyone that you want to give a special shout out to?
Just the community, the Kinsman Foundation, and RBC for helping, and all you guys, wonderful volunteers here.
Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you guys so much for your donation, and we really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just head out this way. Okay, just head out this way here. Wonderful. And I believe such an amazing donation. Just wonderful. And I believe we are going to throw to.
no, we've got
Oh, we got
Shell
some more.
Canada coming in. We've got
My
more
goodness.
donations
More
rolling
donations.
in.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Come on down. Who do we have here?
Hello, it's Shell team.
Stella?
Emran.
And your name?
My name is Pavlos.
Okay, wonderful. So are you going to be speaking today? Okay, wonderful.
And where is everyone coming from here? Are you all around the province or centralized somewhere?
All of us is from Saskatchewan, yeah.
Hey, and
Wonderful.
so how did you go about raising this money?
So Shell has been supporting Telemiracle for years now. This is first time for us here. And we had multiple streams of donations doing in the store. So over the month of February, stores were selling helping hands. And that's what so far is calculated. We had $5,500 raised through the sales in stores. We also have, so this is not final numbers. The donations are still coming, and we did fundraisings for car washes and coffee sales as well. And we're also working with Powering Positivity program, where Shell matches certain portion of donations as well. So it's still more to come here.
Well, we are excited to see the final total, but this is really remarkable at this point. So well done, Shell.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone that you want to give a special thank you or shout out to?
No, like nothing.
Nothing.
No? Okay.
I probably just thank all the service champions and the community members who came in several times and just donated as well. So thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this wonderful donation. Really appreciate it. Set out this way. And I believe we have another group coming in.
We do. So we have Cooperators, Sonia's Insurance, and Financial Solutions.
All right. Who do we have here?
Sonia Holgan.
Alex Foreman. Lisa Martin.
Renee Lethbridge.
Audie.
Wonderful.
And you, I read here, are from the Musha and Assiniboia, is that right?
Yes, yeah. So I have some of my staff from the Moose Jaw office, as well as a couple staff members from my Assiniboia office. So healthy, vibrant communities are really important to the Cooperators' commitment to sustainability. So naturally, this lines up perfectly with Telemiracle. One of my staff members, Lisa, yes, Lisa is an Assiniboia Cadet. So taking a cue from her involvement with Telemiracle for so many years, I decided that I would like to funnel some of those dollars in community involvement and focusing it on Telemiracle this year. So our Moose Jaw and Assiniboia agency offices, they also held a gift wrapping by donation at Christmas time to raise some extra dollars. Excuse me. And then with Cooperators, they have an advisor community fund that allows its agency owners to stretch their donation dollars by matching the funds that are donated by advisor owners. So I use that fund and combine that with our agency fundraising to be able to donate a total of $10,435 to Telemiracle.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Is there any special shout outs that you guys wanted to give to anyone or thank anyone?
Just all of our clients, because that's who makes these donations possible.
Great.
Amazing.
And special thanks to you, Lisa, for getting the ball rolling and bringing everybody in with it.
Yes.
So,
Thank you,
yeah.
Lisa.
Thank you. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your donation and coming here and for your support. Thank you very much. This way here. Wonderful. Amazing. All of the money. And I thought we had one, and they just kept coming in.
And the matching, like, I love to see that because your contribution just gets doubled and it snowballs from there.
Yes, amazing. And I believe we're going to be throwing over to our good friend Alex.
Oh, thanks, guys. Great work. We absolutely love when we get to have those in-person conversations. You know, over the course of this telethon, we've heard from some incredible recipients of Telemiracle funding, and we've heard some really moving testimonials. But for us here on the National Cast, there is one particular testimonial that is incredibly important to us because it's our own National Cast member, Lisa Franks. If you are not aware, Lisa was a direct recipient of some Telemiracle funding. There is no one more rooted in Saskatchewan than Lisa Franks, and we're going to hear a little bit of her story now.
My name is Lisa Franks. I have lived in Saskatchewan my whole life. If I were to describe myself, I would be an athlete, an adventurer, and I'm just always seeking new things to try and do. When I was 14 years old, I had a very rare condition called an arteriovenous malformation, or an AVM. And basically that was just a cluster of blood vessels that had formed in my spinal cord and had basically burst while I was sleeping one night. And that caused paralysis. When I woke up from that operation, I was completely paralyzed. I was on a ventilator, and I was just wondering where my life would go. Even though I couldn't move anything at that point, it was always in the forefront of my mind to get back to being active. And I was so lucky that my physiotherapist at the Wascana Rehab Center was actually married to a Paralympic athlete. And she made an introduction, and within a few weeks, of that, I was pushing a racing wheelchair around. So I competed in 3 Paralympic Games. At my first Paralympic Games, I won 4 gold and 1 silver medal. At my second Paralympic Games, I won 2 gold medals and broke 2 world records. And in our third Paralympic Games with wheelchair basketball, we ended up 5th. I just realized that being active and outdoors was a huge passion of mine. I've been mountain biking, kayaking, surfing, paragliding, just anything that, will get that adrenaline going in me. And so in 2020, I was very, very fortunate to receive funding for my wheelchair lift into my van. And it's a very expensive lift because it's very unique. It's not a ramp like most people are used to seeing in a vehicle, but it's just a lift that I attach myself to, and it lifts myself and my chair into the van. I live in my van for periods of the year. It's a camper van, and so I can be off, in the wilderness, and I don't have pavement to just unload on. And so to be able to have that lift that can just put me down really in the middle of the river if I wanted it to, really makes a big difference. So I just recently purchased a Bowhead RX bike. It's the top of the line mountain bike out there for adaptive riding. And that's because it has such a narrow width, and the front wheels actually articulate like this. So that means I could handle a bit of a side hill, whereas on other bikes I would just flip over. And so that's really important because I do like to ride independently, and I like to be able to challenge myself on narrower trails. Of course, it comes at a cost, and so I was very, very grateful when I heard that I received some partial funding from Kinsman for that as well. So I always tell people that disability can affect anybody at any time in their life, and if they could imagine that tomorrow they need a wheelchair and it's $8,000, and where is that funding going to come from, just to put themselves in that position and realize the importance of this equipment, because it just helps people live their lives. It makes their lives easier. It helps them pursue their passions, and without that funding, that might not at all be possible. I can't overstate how important it is that this funding is available. There aren't other organizations out there that would fund something like an adaptive bike or a wheelchair lift into a van for me. The van and the bike give me so much freedom, and it's something I wouldn't experience if I didn't have that funding. So yeah, it's life-changing.
Oh, Lisa, I love watching that story, and I love that you used the word freedom. That these gifts from the foundation have allowed you to experience so much freedom. Like, tell me a little bit about that. How's that change things for you?
Oh, well, we'll go way back and talk about basketball. So I injured my shoulder, and that led me to years of chronic pain, and I really couldn't do much for physical activity. And then I discovered adaptive mountain biking, which didn't hurt my shoulder. And it was so freeing to be out in nature, feeling the healing that obviously is involved with nature. And so it got me back involved in life, and then I was able to contribute to other people by taking them out on mountain bike rides too. And so it absolutely changed my life to have this equipment.
And so you found this activity you loved, the adaptive bike mountain biking, and that allowed you to even do that with the chronic pain you're experiencing. But of course, then just tell us, how much does one of those adaptive bikes cost?
So that particular bike is between $20,000 and $25,000. Now, that is the distinction. That is an entry-level bike for adaptive mountain biking. An able-bodied, you could go to Canadian Tire and get something for $800 off the shelf. But if you want to start adaptive mountain biking, you're looking at $20,000 to $25,000.
The price of entry. And so you benefited from the foundation with funding towards the bike, but you also, as people saw in the video, if they understood this or not, but you also had a second gift that helps you too from the foundation, and that was for the lift.
Yes, so I have a large camper van. I call it my adventure mobile. It fits my mountain bike, but it's also got this really unique lift that nobody really has seen much of. And it's so unique because it doesn't take up the doorway, which is important. And it just lifts me up and puts me down. It could put me down into like a pile of snow. And so that's distinct to other styles of wheelchair lifts out there.
And then, I mean, just because I think it's really important for people to hear, like they're hearing you say, and the video is lovely, and you're being so clear on how this stuff has changed your life. What would one of those lifts cost?
So the lift and the hand controls in my van that allows me to use a gas and brake was $17,000 installed.
$17,000.
So I was just doing some math in my head the other night. I've been in a wheelchair for 26 years now. And you know, every few years I need a new everyday wheelchair. I need a basketball wheelchair. You need one for every different sport. I go skiing. I've got the bikes. I've got special socks to wear, so I have better circulation. I'm sure in the 27 years I've spent well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars just to have a normal, active life.
You know what's funny? I actually feel kind of guilty hearing you say that, because as an able-bodied person, like I never consider that. I never consider for the cost that someone who's living their life in a wheelchair, the cost you have to incur to do the things that I just, in my able-bodied privilege, just get to do.
Just regular things.
You gave that.
Yep.
That hit home when you just said that. That is so much money.
Everything is so custom, and of course, if it's medical, the expense is so big, and yeah, it sure adds up.
And back to when in your video when you said you got the lift, you got the adaptive bike, you've got not funded by the foundation, but you have several chairs to help you do various activities, and you use the word freedom. I mean, this must sort of ultimately play into your mental health and your ability to free your mind to just live your life.
It is. It's so nice to not have to think about my disability, and I can go out, I can hit the trails with my friends, and it's not an issue. I'm just free to do something just like anybody else could do, and go hit the trails and get on a hike or be in nature and enjoy the moments.
It's pretty wonderful. And you spend a lot of your life in your van with that lift now, right?
Yeah, so I actually managed to go and escape a little bit of winter, and I have it all living arrangement set up for me. I've got a kitchen in there, I've got a bed, I can haul a surfboard, like I said, my mountain bike, and I put on probably 20,000 kilometers a year just touring around and again enjoying the freedom.
I love it, and I mean, one of the things people have heard in the videos about you, and you, just in your commentary throughout the show, you've represented Canada in the Paralympics.
That's correct.
I want to hear a little bit about that. I've never been this close to an Olympian, so this this is pretty cool, actually.
I'll back up.
No, it's an honor. But when you won gold, like when you won those golds, you're on that podium. How does that feel?
Well, going back, so I was injured in 1996, and I was in the hospital, completely paralyzed, watching the 96 Paralympics in Athens. 4 years later in Sydney, I was there racing, competing for Team Canada, and I ended up having a phenomenal competition with 4 gold and 1 silver. And all I could think of, it was 4 years earlier, I was lying in a hospital bed, wondering where I was going to go, and then there I was on top of the podium representing Saskatchewan, Canada, and on top of the world, really.
And doing us proud. And the key takeaway there is that the equipment and devices you were able to get helped all that happen, changed your life, and helped us be so proud of you watching you win those accolades. Love it, Lisa. Thanks for sharing your stories. I really appreciate it. This is wonderful stuff. We're going to throw over to Ms. Jill Straker.
What a fantastic story, Lisa. I'm over here in awe, goosebumps, tears, I'm not gonna lie. I'm in awe of you. You're absolutely amazing. I'm very curious about the surfing.
Oh, we'll talk later.
Okay. I gotta, we'll figure this out. We have some more fabulous SAS talent coming to us today. I have Shelley from the Magic City Chorus. Oh, and guest. Good morning, or good afternoon. I don't know what time it is. Good afternoon.
It could be afternoon. Hi. Now, Shelley isn't able to be here today. My name is Cheryl, and I'm the director. And my friend beside me is Norma, and she is the assistant director of Magic City Chorus.
Oh, lovely. Well, thank you both so much for being here. Tell me a little bit about why you auditioned for Telemiracle.
Well, we know how important this annual fundraiser is for the people of our province, and we have performed in the past and wanted to support this worthwhile cause once more.
That's wonderful. I understand there's 25 or more ladies in the choir?
Yes, we had quite a few come out for the recording, and right now we have about 37 in the chorus, and the chorus is a cappella barbershop singing, part of Sweet Adeline's International.
Oh, I've heard of the Sweet Adelines. I can't wait to hear you now. I do understand one of your members of the choir. I have a note here. It says Patty, one of the ladies in the choir, is Urban Dunlevy's wife. And just a little Telemiracle fun fact: he was the chair of the first Telemiracle. That's pretty wild.
That's correct.
You're carrying forth
Yep.
Telemiracle history. You didn't even know it, right?
Yep.
That's amazing. Did your group
We
do?
have more.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said we do have more history. Cheryl actually was entertaining on the first Telemiracle.
As like a SAS talent?
At South Talent, I was with a youth choir that sang.
Oh, that is wonderful. You're bringing it forward year after year after year. We absolutely love that. And I didn't have it in my notes, but I wasn't sure. Did you do any fundraising this year?
Yes, we did. We set up the campaign on the Telemiracle site, and so many of our friends and family and the Magic City Chorus fans did their donation through our Magic City Chorus campaign.
Oh, that's lovely. Do you know what your total was that you raised?
Well, as of right now, our total is $3,584.
That is amazing. And like I'm sure you're aware, because we've been saying it since the opening of the telethon, but Nutrien is matching all SAS talent up to $100,000. So your donation doubled automatically. It's so fantastic.
Fabulous.
So fabulous. Well, I understand we're going to be hearing You've Got a Friend in Me, and I'm really looking forward to this. Thanks so much for joining us today, and thank you for your donation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, that sounded awesome. So good. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for your great donation here to Telemiracle. Let's just keep the Saskatchewan talent going. We're going to go to Arborfield right now and speak to the group For the Love of Country. We're going to be talking to Dale and Delphine. Hello. Oh, hi, guys. It's you. Hi.
Hi, how are you, Beverly?
I am so good and better now seeing the two of you. How has life been for you?
Great. Really good, yeah.
That is great. And all right, now before we get to your song, because we love hearing you guys sing, did you guys raise some money for Telemiracle?
That we did. Just give me a second here. We held two fundraisers here, or actually one was in Tisdale at Caleb Place. I'd like to thank Crystal and Wendy and the rest of the staff from Caleb Place. Between everything there, we raised $3,000, which was just unbelievable. And we had a fundraiser here in Arborfield, and that was on the 11th of this month. And I just got a phone call here, another $40 pledge in. So between the silent auction, the 50-50 tickets, and the donations at the door, that come out to $4,445. So altogether, we got $7,445.
You say 7,000, like over $7,000?
$7,445.
Guys, that's incredible. That's really great. Wow. I mean, you know what that money's going to do.
Yeah, the folks here just, it was unbelievable how they did. We also got to participate in the fundraiser that Dale Von Beeker put on up in Nipawin, and he raised over $5,000. So that's just fantastic to all the folks that donated. Could I just make a couple of special mentions too here? I'd like to thank all the performers that were here to help us out, and I'd like to really thank Richard and Colleen Walton from Arborfield, because without their help, we wouldn't have been able to do any of this. And also the Phoenix Martial Arts Club from Zennon Park, they came and performed here, and they also brought a donation of $500 from their group. So thank you guys very much.
Well, we thank you so very much, and it's almost like a domino effect. It just kind of keeps going, and I love that, you know, the bigger the total is, the more excited you guys are. So I thank you guys so much.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're going to do For the Love of Country, and the song you're going to do is The Taker. Am I right?
Correct.
That's correct.
All
You
right.
betcha.
Well, I love seeing you both, and we'll see you again next year. Bye, guys.
You betcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's a giver, he'll give her the kind of attention that she's never known. And he's a helper, he'll help her to open the doors that she can't on her own. And he's a lover, he'll love her in ways that she's never been loved before. And he's a getter, he'll get her by getting her into a world she's been hungry and for. 'Cause he's a taker, he'll take her to places and make her fly higher than she's ever dared to. Then he'll take his time before taking advantage, taking her easy and slow. And after he's taken her body and soul that she gives him, he'll take her for granted. Then he'll take off and leave her, taking all of her pride as he goes. And he's a charmer, he'll charm her with money and manners that I'd never learned. And he's a leader, he'll lead her across pretty bridges he's planning to burn. And he's a talker, he'll talk her right off of her feet, but he won't talk for long. 'Cause he's a doer, and he'll do her in ways that I've never, and damned if he won't do her wrong. 'Cause he's a taker, he'll take her to places and make her fly higher than she's ever dared to. Then he'll take his time before taking advantage, taking her easy and slow. And after he's taken her body and soul that she gives him, he'll take her for granted. Then he'll take off and leave her, taking all of her pride as he goes. Yeah, he'll take off and leave her, taking all of her pride as he goes. Where are we going? Higher!
Fantastic. Great singing there. Okay, you're going to want to tune in for this. This is something very special. Listen up. James, or better known as Jim, and Diana were gentle people who loved spending time with friends and family. Having no children of their own, they always looked forward to seeing their nieces, nephews, and their friends' children and catching up with what was happening in their lives. Jim was a member of the Hub City Optimist Club and was president on 3 separate terms. He was part of the 50-50 ticket family at the Saskatoon Blades and the Saskatchewan Rush Games. His booming voice could be heard throughout the arena, and I remember him. Jim and Diana hosted many summer barbecues at the complex where they lived, and Diana prepared a weekly breakfast. They loved to spend time with their friends and community. Jim and Diana we're faithful Telemiracle watchers. Their love of children included seeing the help that was provided to children throughout the telethon. Their final wish was to support Telemiracle and its great work. Diana passed away in May of 2021, and Jim passed in April of 2022. Kinsman Telemiracle would like to thank Diana and Jim for their generous gift of $50,010.12. Wow, fantastic, over $50,000. And I'm joined by some friends and family. I have Diane, Linda, and Amy. Diane, Amy, and Linda, now it is. And you were Jim's sister, I believe.
I am.
Okay. And how do you fit in, Amy?
A niece.
A niece?
Sister of Diana's.
Okay, there you go. Now, you tell me that they were kind of fun. They like to have parties and have a good time and enjoy everybody.
They did. Jim was a host at the barbecues at the complex where they lived, and I've been told he was the life of the party.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. And Diana, what was she like?
She was just as fun as he was.
They like to have a good time together. Now, do you remember hanging out with them a lot?
Yes. Aunt Diane used to babysit me.
Okay. So I know they're greatly missed, of course, but it's so generous to leave $50,000. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, because that's the kind of people that they were.
They were.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, if everybody was like that, I don't even think there'd be need for Telemiracle anymore, because everybody would be giving such money from their heart, you know?
That's right. Yeah.
What else can you tell us about them?
Do you
have any stories?
No, not really. Just stories that people have told us about the 50-50 Club, about where they lived. And of course, he was very proud to be Optimist president.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming out here today. That's an incredible donation of over $50,000. And you know what I think we should do is, while you're out here, would you help us do a total? And then we can see where this is added to, and we can see how much money we're sitting at right now. Okay, let's turn around and count these numbers down. Let's bring out this final total, or not a final total. Total. Final total for the hour.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
I really don't know what to do.
4.
They didn't really.
8.
They didn't really tell me.
9. 5. 1. 2.
$2,159,847. And of course, we're going higher. We're going higher. That's right.
All right, we got some Sask talent coming up here, and we are going to a call, and we have Davini on the line, and I believe she is joined by her mother, Naomi. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful, thank you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I live about 20 minutes away from Weyburn on a farm by Griffin, and we have horses, cats, and a dog.
Wonderful. Now, so do you have a donation for us?
Yes, I raised $1,375 from Facebook, friends, family, the Weyburn soccer community, my mom's coworkers from the hospital in Estevan, and along with my parents.
Wow, that is amazing. We really appreciate your donation and your contributions. And I believe we have a song coming up, Growing Old Young. Why don't you tell us a bit about that?
It's by Tennille Arts, who is another Weyburn singer. She's one of my favorite singers.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much. We really appreciate it and looking forward to the song.
Just another Sunday afternoon, crying, trying to drown out the sound of fighting words coming from the living room. I'm going shot for shot in another round. We just sweep it under the rug, never talk about it at all. We just leave it all messed up, add another brick to the wall. Yeah, the thing about growing old young, you fast forward through the innocent stuff. You go straight to the falling out of love and thinking, baby, you'll never be enough. Cause you've never kissed a boy, but your heart's into. Never had a drink, but you know what it can do. Never got to see the world before yours came undone. And that's growing old young. Should be playing house, not holding theirs together, or blaming yourself for wondering how the bad will ever get any better. Yeah, the thing about growing old young, you fast forward through the innocent stuff. You cut straight to the falling out of love and thinking maybe you'll never be enough. Cause you've never kissed a boy, but your heart's in two. Never had a drink, but you know what it can do. Never got to see the world before yours came undone. And that's growing old young. Growing old ain't a choice, but sometimes growing up ain't either. When you get cut that young, time's the only healer. But the thing about growing old young, you'll learn how to get through the tough stuff. You'll find a way to fall in love without your past and messing it up. I know you never kissed a boy, but your heart's in two. Never had a drink, but you know what it can do. Never got to see the world before yours came undone. I know you're growing old young. I know you're growing old young. That's the thing about growing old young.
We are having such a great time checking out all this fantastic Saskatchewan talent. In some of these videos we've had of the pre-records of Sask talent, I have the honor of getting to chat live with some Sask talent right here on the stage. Annalise Reinhardt, welcome to the show. I'm gonna let you speak in my mic too, because I'm just not sure if yours is queued up yet.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, hi, I'm Annalise.
It's great to have you here. And so you're from Saskatoon, and you're a music theater performer. Maybe just tell me a little bit about your brief moment about your background in music, and then tell us the song you're going to do too. Then we're going to get to your donation too.
Awesome, yeah. I've been a musician and a musical theater performer for as long as I can remember. I've been in lots of productions and involved with instruments and stuff like that. I'm going to be singing When He Sees Me from Waitress. And Waitress is actually one of the first musicals I got to see live when I first started taking musical theater seriously, like as more of a career-based thing than just a hobby. So
That is so cool. I can't wait to hear you. And you also brought a donation. Just tell us a little little about how you raise the funds, or whatever, and then tell us what the amount is. I think your mic might be queued up now, so you can talk.
I think it is. So I advertised over my social media and to my friends and stuff that I was going to be performing on live TV, and this is a first experience for me. I've only ever performed at like dance competitions. So yeah, I had a lot of help from my friends and family to raise money. And I raised a total of $610.
$610. Thank you so much, Annalise. That's awesome. And of course, that's going to get matched by Nutrien, so it's going to be about $1,200. So
awesome.
I'll take that from you here. Are you ready to go?
Sure.
You are ready to go. Just treat it like you're singing to a theater full of people and some music theater production out there. Can't wait to hear you. Annalise Reinhardt from Saskatchewan singing When He Sees Me. Take it away.
Thank you. I stick with real things, usually facts and figures. When information's in its place, I minimize the guessing game. Guess what? I don't like guessing games or when I feel things before I know the feelings. How am I supposed to operate if I'm just tossed around by fate? Like on an unexpected date with a stranger who might talk too fast or ask me questions about myself before I've decided that he can ask me questions about myself. He might sit too close or call the waiter by his first name or eat Oreos, but eat the cookie before the cream. But what scares me the most, what scares me the most is what if when he sees me, what if he doesn't like it, what if he runs the other way? Just fine inside my shell-shaped mind. This way I get the best view, so that when he sees me, I want him to. Now I know what you're thinking, but I'm not defensive. I'm simply being cautious. I can't risk reckless dating due to my miscalculating while a certain suitor stands in line. I've seen in movies, most made for television. You cannot be too careful when it comes to sharing your life. I could end up a miserable wife. Oh, sorry girls, but he could be criminal. Some sort of psychopath who escaped from an institution somewhere where they don't have girls. He could have masterminded some way to find me. He could be colorblind. How untrustworthy is that? He could be less than kind, or even worse, he could be very nice, have lovely eyes, and make me laugh, come out of hiding. What do I do with that? Oh God, what if when he sees me, I like him and he knows it? What if he opens up a door and I can't close it? What happens then if when he holds me, my heart is set in motion? I'm not prepared for that. I'm scared of breaking open, but still I can't help from hoping to find someone to talk to who likes the way I am. Someone who, when he sees me, wants to again.
Wonderful performance. Beautiful job. Beautiful. So if you're just tuning in and you're watching Telemiracle for the first time and you're thinking, now where does this money go? Well, the money stays right here in Saskatchewan for much needed things and for much needed families. Going to tell you right now about the Kendler family. So when you did a focus on medical treatments and then you have to travel to another province, the last thing you want to worry about or have stress about is where you're going to stay, how you're going to get there, how you're going to pay for all of this. Here's the Kendler family.
My name's Alicia Kendler.
And I'm Justin Kendler.
I have the RH factor and I'm A negative, and it actually was an issue in all 4 of my pregnancies, but it gets a little bit worse each pregnancy. When I got pregnant with Talon, we knew that it was going to probably be a factor.
Well, with Talon, obviously, it was a pretty big shock. I was going through the pregnancy thing, plus now I'm finding out that we have these issues and there's going to be some big challenges to overcome.
So with Talon, that pregnancy, we had to travel 4 times to Winnipeg because in Saskatchewan, they don't do the in utero blood transfusions. We thought we were done having kids then, actually, because I said when Talon went through all that, I said I don't think we should have any more kids, just because we aren't 100% granted to get a baby with a negative blood type like mine, and everything they have to go through to get here is a lot, and a lot to watch as a parent. Like, you don't want to see your child suffer, especially when they're a baby and helpless like that. So, but yeah, we ended up having a surprise pregnancy when we moved to Kindersley in 2021 in the summer. November 8th, I went for an ultrasound in Saskatoon, and Larea, our baby, was already starting to struggle. Her hemoglobin was very low. And they knew I needed to get to Winnipeg right away.
We didn't have a whole lot of time. Once we got told it was go time, like we were getting sent for
within the next day or 2, they wanted us to be in Winnipeg. And with Larea, we traveled 5 times to Winnipeg, and all of them required in utero blood transfusions. You're hoping that everything's gonna be okay. You know that each time you go to Winnipeg, there's a chance during that in utero transfusion that something could go wrong and you could be leaving without a baby anymore. We would have been worrying about a lot more things if we didn't have the financial support. Been way more stressed, that's for sure. You're already maxed out in the stress department.
To have Telemiracle's help is tremendous, and the more people that donate, the more people that can be helped, and we know firsthand how helpful it can be. Yeah, to donate to Telemiracle, it creates a miracle for other families or families like ours.
Wonderful family, and without the funds here at Telemiracle that's raised every year, they wouldn't have been able to, do what they did and have the stress off them of taking care of the children and taking care of those expenses.
I love seeing the dollars in action because everyone sees the total going up during the 20 hours of the telethon, but for the next 365 days of the year, that's the stuff that it does.
That is the stuff. You're absolutely right. Oh, man. So we're going to take another moment. Our opening of the show was, of course, a tribute to our Bob McGrath. And we would like to take another moment now to share more moments with Bob that we had with Bob and that you had with Bob throughout the years.
Can you tell me how to get to? Whoa. Wait a second, Beverly.
Wait a second.
We're here.
We're here.
We actually got here.
You are on.
Bob. Oh, thanks nothing of it.
Thanks for
doing my
having us at
job,
your
ma'am.
street. Thanks for having us at your street.
Welcome to be here.
You worked here for a lot of years.
About 46 years.
46 years. This would be the most incredible place to come to work every day for 46 years.
It has been. Yeah, it's incredible.
This would be like a second home for you, would it not?
It feels like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Bob, can you show us around? Absolutely.
I want to see some of Sesame Street. This is amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This is Mr. Hooper's store.
We are.
Yeah, Will Lee was incredible. He was the only really great actor of the whole group of us here. Yeah.
You're downplaying
He knew what he
your
was
abilities a
doing.
little.
But we had such great times in here.
Okay, there's 2 other things I want to see.
Yeah.
Okay, can we
Great.
go check them out?
Sure.
Come on.
I want to see Big Bird's Nest.
Yes.
Big Bird's
And-
Nest.
Yes. Oscar the Grouch's Camp.
Oscar
Can we?
Grouch, yes.
Okay.
He'll tell you to have a rotten day, but that's all right.
I want to hear it.
Okay.
Let's go. Big Bird's Nest.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
But where's Big Bird today?
He's couldn't be here. He's had a play date with Snuffleupagus.
Oh, because they're good buddies. But,
Very good.
but you're best friends with Big Bird, am I right?
We are. We did so many scenes between Big Bird and Oscar. Carol Spinney plays both.
Yeah.
And we're very, very close friends, off screen and on screen. So,
Wow. I wish my best friend lived in a nest.
I wish I had a nest. Oscars can.
Wait a second. This is it.
This is it.
Now,
This is Oscar's
I wonder if he's here, Beverly. I wonder.
Can I check? Would he
at your own risk.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
He may tell you,
Get lost.
I told you at your own risk.
It serves you right for snooping.
I can't help myself.
Hey, so here's the doors.
This is it. This is 123 Sesame Street.
These are beautiful. And this was where Gordon
and Susan and Maria lived.
Right.
And where you've been for 46 years.
And so this is a song you used to use to make the phones ring on Telemiracle.
Yeah, we did it for years and years, and then all of a sudden we didn't use it anymore.
You decided you switch it up at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
can you hang it?
Well,
Can you swing it?
let's see what happens.
All
here.
right.
So let's see we go.
You got to make those phones ring. Make those phones ring. Make those phones ring day and night. Day and night. We've been singing and dancing and carrying on, and we'll keep on singing till our voices are gone. But it don't mean a thing if you don't make the telephones ring. But it don't mean a thing if you don't make the telephones ring.
Fantastic.
How lucky were we, Jeffrey?
That was a day.
Jill and I are so jealous.
Yeah,
you guys are
absolutely.
hanging out in Big Bird's nest. Oh my gosh.
It was so incredible. And I'll tell you what was incredible about the day as well. Everywhere we went, remember Carnegie Hall or just on the street, when we were waiting for Bob, everybody knows that man. And everybody loves him.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're special because we just got to, go to Sesame Street and see that with him. But everybody has a Bob story. Everybody's got a special moment with Bob. Was there one for you, Brad?
Well, singing with Bob.
Yeah.
My boys and I were asked, Bob asked us if we'd sing along with him on a certain song. And he gave us the sheet music to it. And it was with the Boston Philharmonic as sung by Bob, Oscar, and Big Bird, I think it was. And so he signed that for me, and I have that up in my music room.
Oh, that's incredible. See, that's sweet. I'm jealous of that.
Ah, there you go.
Well, he was a guy, he loved music. He just wasn't just a children's performer, but he was a crooner, like a lover of music. And, he would remind us all the time that he was a heartthrob back in the day.
He did remind us an awful
very
lot.
often. An awful lot. But he kept all those scores, like all that sheet music. He just treasured music, I think, the same way he treasured children. In that same way.
And something people wouldn't know here about Bob is that, and it's such a cliche phrase, but he was big in Japan. And Bob actually recorded a couple albums in Japanese. And he sung phonetically, and he had a huge fan base in Japan.
I did not know that.
He talked about it in the dressing room a couple times, and I didn't believe him. Then I Googled it, and it's true. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Jill, do you have a story?
My best memory of getting to meet Bob and be with Bob was when we did the whole cast song Your Face, because he turned all of us into children. Like, that. You know, we would just do whatever he told us to, like make a stupid face and dance on your head and do a cartwheel. We're like, okay, Bob, whatever you want.
I will do whatever you want me to.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he pointed out my zit that year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
I remember
really
that year.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Just that one that I had, you know.
I do remember, though, to your point, though, when we were with him in New York that day, it was when we went into Carnegie Hall, like because as to what both of you said, he was a trained tenor. He was a children's entertainer, but he was this trained tenor,
singer, yes.
gorgeous singer. And we went to Carnegie Hall, and like everyone hugged him. And I thought, how many people in the world walk in Carnegie Hall and everyone meets you with a hug? That was Bob.
I know. He was an incredible human being. He really was. And he's dearly missed by all of us. I know that, and all of you as well there at home. Incredible man.
Do we want to talk a little bit about this challenge that's
a good
thrown
time
around
to
with
do
social
it,
media?
sure.
I was given a note that there is a challenge that's been started on social media, and there was a donation of $200 made in the memory of our dear Bob. And what the challenge is, and it's gaining some steam out there, so take note of this. I challenge all who've grown up with Bob on Sesame Street and watching Bob on Telemiracle to make a donation, large or small, over and above what you'd usually donate, and do it in Bob's name. And if you do that, we'll hopefully see Bob's name going across the bottom of the screen a lot of times. I'd like to see just how many people do remember and miss Bob, showing your support in his memory this way.
Well, maybe a great time to do that is right now. We could do a knockdown.
Let's do a knockdown.
What do you think about that?
I know the back row's not working right now.
Your face.
All right,
So
guys.
if you're not on the phone, stand up. And we'll see if we can knock you down.
Oh, you're right. There's quite a few there.